where do we see Rachael Bakam in the next 5 years? What will you be doing? What new will you be bringing to Nigeria? Where will you be selling Nigeria next?
The thing is, you know, initially I was thinking political, but I now realize I might initially stay non-political. I'm a bridge. I cannot take sides. I can't be PDP, APC or things like that, because people were saying, Senator, this, that, this, that. And for a while I was saying, okay, maybe if I take a political position, then I can influence better, you know, especially the area of security. But I now realize that I've built a niche that makes me stand neutral. I can take this person's hand, I can take that person's hand and say, please, let's work together, and they won't say I'm biased. So there are some people who are called to be that. Some people are called to be political, like you now, you understand? And then some people are meant to be the peacemakers.
You're the one that is giving me to politics. I haven't given myself to politics yet.
No, but, you know, Chief, you have the strength. You have strength. And you have the voice, and you have the drive. You know how to move.
Yes, we are here for you
know how to
now.
move.
We are here for you now.
So, you know, for a while I was looking in that direction. But fine, if I get an appointment, no problem. Anything that has to do with tourism and culture, you know, I'll use that platform to really, really, really make a lot of, you know, things happen in terms of beautifying our country and drawing the international, you know, international platforms in here. So moving forward is interesting. Because what God is doing for me is, like, even when this issue of politics came, He allowed me to try to think of it, to delve into it a bit, even though I didn't come out to declare. And then when we got to a certain point with Him, I said, God, I don't want to do it. Then He said, okay, that's fine. That's the thing about God. He may not tell you, don't do this. He will let you, so you will choose. So I said, no, I want to build this niche. And He can use people to talk to you. Some will say go, some will tell you not, and then they will give you their reasons, and then you will not say, it's true, what am I trying? I'm trying to spoil this niche, you know? So that's basically, so moving on, we just let it flow. Yes.
You are a humanitarian.
Yeah.
That's another aspect. When I said you're a woman of colors, I meant that aspect as well. What inspires that? How much of that have you done so far? You're not saying it to blow your trumpet, but you're saying it so that you can encourage other people to do it as well. You know, I said something last time. I said that, you know, people are going through so much. We just don't know because we are living in this world.
It's true.
You know, and most of the times we don't take out time to just cross to the other side of the road and see what is happening. What inspired that?
It actually boils down to love. Because love determines a lot of things in my life. Like, to be honest with you, I don't lie when I send those messages and tell people I love you. I mean it, because you know why? God loves us. He loves us, and it's a gift. Because like I said, that's the ministry He wants to use me in. Not everybody has to love like that, you understand? Because everything has to balance. If everybody goes loving, you understand? Even though love is the greatest, you know?
And if there's no hate, there will not be need for love.
Exactly. So that's the thing. So it's all a balance. So, you know, that love makes me want to impact. I just, another thing, Chief, one thing, when I live this life, I want to leave a legacy. That's, for the humanitarian part, is the legacy. I want it to be that I was known for that.
Okay.
Yes, I was
Some
known
people,
for
that's
putting
strange.
smiles.
Some people want to leave legacies like mansions, empires.
There's a song. I want to leave a legacy. How will they remember me? Did I choose to love? You know? Did I point to you enough to make a mark on things? So that is my mission. I want it to be that when Rachael has left this world, when people look back, they see that I've not even started touching lives. Right now, there's too much to be done, you know? Like, we visited IDPs, we try to counsel them, we reach out to them, we get people to pay school fees. You know, even the Southern Kaduna, I intend to go in September, you know? And that's just the beginning.
Yeah.
You know,
and I remember when they have those crises, you went with some friends.
But it's not enough. I want to be able to build bridges for my people. I want to build industries, factories, get them to have jobs, vocational centers, where all those girls who don't have, not many people understand life like us. Do you know the mindset you have about life, that you can do it? Just that I can do it. Many people don't have it.
They don't.
So you can imagine if you have a vocational center where you talk to these girls, you tell them they are queens, you encourage them, because that's where it starts from. Once your mind is changed, then every other thing will change. So that's the whole idea. I just live to live. My life is for legacies, and I feel that everything I do, and not for my glory, but for the glory of God. So when people look at my life, they can see there is a God.
So you listen, you can change your destiny. It's not in your DNA. I mean, poverty, it's not in your DNA. You can stand up and change that story. Rachael Bakam was not born in a very wealthy family, but she's who she is today. She has changed her name. She has changed the history of her family entirely. Maybe you have never heard Bakam before, but you're hearing it now. Why? Because one woman stood up and she said, no, it does not have to be like that. It has to be what you are watching today. What are you doing with your life? Are you just sitting there and saying, I need someone to give me a hand. I need someone to move me there. Nobody gave her a hand. She woke up one day and she said she has to be this. You heard it from the beginning of the show. She says she started with just 5,000 naira. Out of nothing, she started 5,000 naira. Out of nothing, this young lady has will, and the will has brought her this far. What are you doing with your life? Are you just sitting there and waiting for someone to come and pick your hand? Nobody would do that for you. You have to start, and people will join you. What words do you have for viewers?
What I would love to say is that it's all in your mind, because even God works with your mind. I spend a lot of time with my mind. He told Abraham, as far as you can see, so I'll give you. So if you don't see it, you can't get it. Whatever your mind tells you is how your limits will be. You understand? If you can have it in your mind to a certain point, it will become. So my word to you is, do not limit yourself, and always try to give value. From when I was a young girl, you know, I used to make snacks. I'll make some funny meat pie when I was 9 years old, and I'll insist they buy it for breakfast. Tell me, I
started hawking, not when from a poor family. It's
also not because you have to do it, but that entrepreneurial spirit. So always want to give value. I usually ask myself, what value am I giving at the moment? I have to sit up. So I am my own challenge. I am my own competition. I have to be better than I was in the past. So strive to give value, and you will give value. Strive to, you won't even know.
You gave your mother a car gift.
Yes, on her birthday, and that's just even the beginning.
Can you listen?
Yeah.
She gave her mother a brand new car.
Yes.
As gifts.
She couldn't believe it.
So poverty is not in your DNA. Don't say because I was born in this family, because I came from here, because I'm not Dangote's son, because I'm not Shagari's son, because I'm not Buhari's son. Rachael Bakam name was not known before now. Stand up, do something today.
That's right.
See why you inspire me.
Oh. Chief. Listen, I didn't cry in this interview.
You know.
You're right. So my mother didn't even have money to feed us. She used to send us to lend 1,000 naira. So, I mean, what you said now is very important. Just the fact that it's not tied to you.
I heard that someone offered you 1 billion naira to sell your brand and you refused. You see? So you're already a billionaire. Why are you not talking?
Because no, that's the truth. That's the reality. So wealth is actually in what you are. You know, it's not just in the money can come and go. So I am a trillionaire.
You see, that's what I'm saying. And you know, the fact that if you want something, you can get it. It should be enough.
You can get it. Me and sickness. I don't give him the time of day. Because whatever it is that can stop you. Do you know why sickness? I don't joke with sickness. I need my energy. I need my vitality for this work. I cannot do this work if I'm sick. So that means it is not in the agenda. So if it is coming, it's not real. That's why I say it's not real. So if you like, maybe they throw devil, don't throw. I go to try a cough. Oh, doctor, TB, come for test. I don't even go.
So what do you do?
It finds its square roots. Survival is a must, and health is a must.
What is the worst thing you've heard about someone saying about you?
I've come to a place where I am now immune. But I remember there was one time when I was in school. That was the worst. But after then I grew. When I was dating somebody, we were sitting somewhere, and almost everybody said they had slept with me. No, not them. I was sitting there. Do you understand? So, but he told me that this person said, you know, all these big men in Kaduna, you know, the children, you know. So we were sitting there. The person who said he had was sitting there, and I don't know the person. But he had told my boyfriend then that he had.
No, but people sleep with you all the time. And immediately you become. They say, yeah, I slept with her before. Just
so when we're sitting there, he now, the guy now said, this is the guy. You don't know this. He was waiting for us to know each other. He saw we didn't know each other. So at that day when I got tired of everything and I was not this strong, I carried the bedsheet and wanted to set myself on fire.
Then you were not strong.
He now carried the bedsheet and put it on my leg. I said, this is not how to burn yourself, put it on yourself. When I felt the pain, that was the last time. But I had that thing where, you know, people would now say, oh, this person was your boyfriend. You know, many people, it was, and one of the reasons I got married on time was that pressure. I was afraid because as a young girl, when you have too many people coming, it's scary.
Yeah,
it's as if they want to eat you up, you understand? So
but they still come now.
They come a lot, but you know me, the good thing about me, I don't socialize too much.
So is Rachael dating any man?
No.
Whisper to me.
Me, I've decided to keep that one. But you know, I had a very public relationship.
Yes.
You know, so I've done the public relationship kind of. Now I just
You want quiet.
Quiet, but
so,
something is cooking.
You
know, I don't joke with love. I like love.
Yes, I know you. But they don't know that.
No, they don't. I'm a lover. I can't do that. I'm a lover, to be honest, and I'm romantic.
I know.
So the thing is, something will come out soon. I'm a home person. I'm a career lady, but I'm a home person.
Yeah.
And I want my other children. You know, I see children before they are born. So I've seen my children.
Yes. How many have you seen so far? How many have you seen?
2.
2.
I saw them years ago, you know. So they need to come. You have to be fair, even if you shouldn't be selfish. Those destinies need to come. So it's a responsibility. I have to bring them to life. So, yes, remarriage, and marriage is beautiful. Just marry the right person.
So, anything cookies.
Yeah.
Like be a chief bridesmaid.
Definitely. Definitely. Something is clean and something major, something big.
Okay, there are days that you wake up and you have depression. Everybody does have depression. It's only when you throw a party for it that it becomes a constant thing with you. How do you shake it off?
Yeah, the good thing about me is that because I'm so happy, like even when somebody dies, I may just start laughing over something. I'll just remember something. So I think that thing reduces stress. You know, I always try to, no matter how bad everything is, there's something to laugh about. I speak with my mother, and I thank God she's still there for me to speak to. So after I speak with the spirit, my mother is very patient. I'll just say, hey mommy, today I'll tell her this, tomorrow I'll tell her that. I'll say, yeah, this is my decision now, I've changed, you know. So I'll go on phone. So sometimes, really, Chief, I cannot define to you how tough it can be sometimes, but I know you know. Whenever I'm going to travel, I just imagine you. I don't know why. I know you understand. I don't know why. But I don't think of another person.
How will you not know why? When I'm an open
specifically, book. I'm telling you. Because, you know, sometimes it is like, to be honest, there are particular times when it's as if it cannot continue. You cannot continue. This is the end of the road. Everything you've done. Do you understand? And then somehow I sleep.
Okay, you sleep.
I'll cry and sleep. Then when I wake up, then it will look better. Then solutions will come.
Okay.
I have learned that when I have like a mindset,
then you sleep.
Because there's one time, the stress was so much that I'll feel like passing out. You know, so I was allowing the thing to settle on me. So whenever I feel that way, I just cry. Very important. And I just carry my blankets and sleep. Then when I wake up, it doesn't look that bad again. Yeah, so that's one thing I do. So because of that, I've never gotten depressed, you know, because somehow I just don't let it stick. You know, you don't let it stick to you. Once you begin to feel like you want to faint, you want to pass out, stroke, heart attack wants to come, you can't breathe, then you are carrying the thing. Then another thing, put it on God. Carry the thing almost physically and put it on Him.
So you have a kingdom in Enugu.
Yes, look at it here. Ugo di Namba. That's eagle from another land.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a small chief. We're both chiefs.
Is this small?
Well, you know,
is there any
we feel like young girls. I always feel as if I'm young. You understand? My age shocks me.
You feel like you're young or you're young.
But when I think of the age, I tire.
Why will you tire?
I don't know. The age just seems big.
A good wine gets better and better with age.
You're
so
right.
you know, so you're more beautiful now,
Thank
in and
you.
out, and you're more matured.
Yes.
You take more defined decisions now, and what have you.
Yeah. And you know what usually surprises me is when people, like there was one girl who came on Instagram and told me they use me to lecture them. Like I'm like, oh my God, you know. So when you hear things like that, you know it's a challenge.
And then you know that you
can't
have to
afford
live.
to.
Right.
You can't afford to because the little things you're doing, you think they are little,
they're not.
but you don't even know how much of a giant. Like you now, Chief.
Do you know that
you're
nothing?
A giant.
Do you know that there's nothing that is little?
Exactly.
Because everything comes with effort,
You're
planning,
right.
and everything.
You're right.
So nothing is actually little in its actual
right.
sense. It's nice talking to you.
Right. That sentence you just said, no, I took that. You're right.
Oh, thank you so much.
I really enjoyed this interview, Chief, because when I talk, I get inspired, I get strengthened, and I had that during this interview.
You know, it's not like interview. This is like it's interaction.
Yes.
So that is what we want. Poverty is not in our DNA. We need to stand up.
That's all.
So can you look at that girl that feels like life is over for her? That some are even at the point right now that we are talking of taking their lives, because if you saw a woman that jump into Lagos Lagoon, she has so much money and everything, but she felt there was nothing to do. Speak to that particular young lady, that particular young man. Tell them,
you know, nothing can destroy you. Nothing can end your journey. Not another person, not the devil himself. The devil, the gone devil is Satan. And I'm not joking about that. So not to talk of even witches and all those small fries. Nothing can stop you, not sickness, the worst sickness on earth. Nothing can stop you except you. If you embrace the negative things, the fears, then you are dead. Dead career-wise, physically, and otherwise. As a man thinketh, so he is. You may even feel as if you are dying and you are seeing it physically. As long as you don't give up, you will live. People die when they give up, except it's their time. There was a particular girl I met who I was counseling, but we lost touch for a while. And when she died, I was angry with her. I didn't go for her burial. I was angry with her because I felt she gave up. This is a principle I use in my life, and it can work for any other person. Trials will test you to a point where they bend you towards as if you're going to fall into the ditch and you are beginning to fall. Even when you are falling, don't give in. Don't give in to anything that is not the best for your well-being. That's what I have to say.
thank you.
You're welcome.
So you've heard that. Don't give in. Trials will bend you. They will bend you, almost crippling you. Why do they do that? Because they want you to say, I am tired, so that they can take you out. So the piper is telling you today, don't give up.